What's going on, everyone? Austin Reaves had himself a game against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it's worth a discussion. Because, look, Austin Reaves, we know he can score the basketball. We know when he's on, he is an excellent and important piece for the Lakers. He's had his struggles all season, especially on the defensive side of things. But you saw in the Oklahoma City Thunder game, he went 6 of 8 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Done a very good job of getting guys involved, racking up the assists. He was helping crash the boards. He was scoring the basketball. And I've talked about this heavily, right? Like when Austin Reaves' three-point shot is falling, it just makes everything so much easier for him, right? Because now he doesn't have to be so predictable, right? When his three-point shot isn't falling, what do teams do? They leave him open. They kind of pack the paint. You see teams all of a sudden start running zone and doing all kinds of stuff that really kind of hurt the Lakers because it's like, okay, well, D'Lo's the only guy we really have to worry about out there. But when Austin Reaves' three-point shot is falling, now it makes it easier for him to get to the basket because now teams have to close out because they're like, man, D'Angelo Russell, he's a guy that'll go knock down 5, 6, 7 threes. Austin Reaves is a guy that can go knock down 5, 6, 7 threes. They'll put up 10 threes just between the two of them. And so now Austin Reaves, he's able to put the ball on the deck. He's able to go and get into the teeth of the defense. He's able to get to his spots that he likes, which opens up his offense, but also allows him to make it easier to make plays. One of the only knocks that I'll really get on him on, and it's only because, it's been an issue for him this season, is taking care of the basketball, right? He had 5 turnovers and led the team in the turnover department. The Lakers had 20 turnovers total. So Austin Reaves has got to do a better job taking care of the basketball. It's been an issue with him all season. You're not winning many games having 20 turnovers, but in general, this was a very good game front to back for the Lakers. Now, obviously, OKC is just, the Lakers are just a really bad matchup for them. They are, right? The one game OKC won, they essentially shot the lights out, and all the other games, like, Lakers have just dominated and controlled. They were a little rocky to start the game, but then they righted the ship towards the end of the first and basically never looked back from there. And they've just been able to really just capitalize and take advantage on that matchup. And a lot of it is just their size, just the skilled positions that the Lakers do have just caused a little bit of issues and concerns for the Thunder. And it's one of the reasons why I don't buy the Thunder as a real contender. I just think they're going to end up playing one of these bigger teams. They could end up playing the Lakers in the first round, right? The Lakers very likely could finish anywhere from 8 through 6, and the Oklahoma City Thunder could finish anywhere 3 through 1. And depending on where these two teams land could dictate that they could end up playing in the first round. And I just don't buy the Oklahoma City Thunder beating the Lakers in a 7-game series. I just don't see the Thunder shooting the lights out 4 straight games. And I just think the Lakers will capitalize, take advantage of that. So I just think the Thunder need to play somebody else. But in general, too, it's just, any big team that they play, I just think that they lose to. But the big thing that I loved about this game, and particularly Austin Reaves, is the defense. He was excellent defending SGA, right? Same thing with D'Angelo Russell, but we'll save that for another time, because I've been critical of Austin Reaves a lot this season. And it's because, look, I was so high on Austin Reaves coming into the season, right? Go look at some of the videos I talked about coming in. And, I was talking about Austin Reaves like he was Michael Jordan. Like, I'm just like, dude, this guy could be this, that, and the other. And it's been disappointing, right? He's starting to find his groove a little more, right? He's been a lot more consistent lately, which is good. We need that, right? And there's this belief that, oh man, just get to the playoffs. Austin Reaves in the playoffs, he's going to be fantastic. But my concern is we don't know that. It's not like Austin Reaves has a 3, 4, 5-year sample size of being great in the regular season and great in the postseason. We don't. You have like a half a season and 1 playoff run in which 2 out of the 3 series he was great, right? That people forget that Warrior series, especially the first 3 games, he was nearly unplayable. He was bad, right? Then he righted the ship towards the back end of that series, and then was excellent in the Denver Nuggets series. So my thing is, we now have just as much, if not more, of a sample size of Austin Reaves being the current iteration of what Austin Reaves is. And look, he's not bad. Like, I do think some people overblow the production of Austin Reaves. Like, people are acting like he's just complete trash. Now, on the defensive side, he's been bad. Like, I don't think that that's been overblown, because he is being targeted heavily. And he is a guy that teams are licking their chops when they see him on the basketball court, because they know, like, oh man, like, I can target this guy and I'm going to get whatever I want, and there's nothing he can do about it. But the thing was, like, last season, he was serviceable, right? Like, he was able to hold his own a little bit. And that's all I want from him. That's all my videos that I have critiqued him or praised him or anything. What do I keep saying? I just need Austin Reaves to be serviceable on the defensive side. No one's expecting or believing that Austin Reaves is going to be some lockdown defensive player of the year type guard. He's just not. He doesn't have the foot speed. He doesn't have the size. Doesn't have the physicality. Like, he doesn't have the tools necessary to be some lockdown Jared Vanderbilt of the shooting guard position. But he can, and we have seen him be good enough. And that's all we need. We just need him to hold his... Don't get torched every possession, right? There's going to be possessions where you get beat. There's going to be possessions where, you have a good defensive stance, and for whatever, the better offense over defense, right? Like, it happens. But it's becoming a thing where it's like the Lakers are actually better with him off the court than they are with him on the court. That's where it becomes a problem. But we see those moments, and that's the thing. It's like, you'll see Austin Reaves like have these games where you're just like, dude, like, you got to move him to the bench. You got to figure something out, right? And then he'll just have a game like the Thunder game, and you're like right back in it, right? It's like, oh man, I just rebought some stock in Austin Reaves. But I do believe he can be great. I do like him as a player. I do still like the idea of him coming off the bench. Like, my opinions and my stances on Austin Reaves this season have not changed. And I think he would just be more productive. I mean, he has the numbers, everything back it up. Like, this isn't just like just my opinion. It's my opinion with facts behind it. It's a very educated opinion. It's not just like me spewing stuff out. But if you're going to keep him and maintain him in the starting unit, we need more of Oklahoma City Austin Reaves than what we've seen for a large majority of the season. And look, he was defending SGA. He was holding his own against athletic guards, right? Like, and that's the big thing. It's like, it wasn't like he was defending like a Desmond Baines or something like that, where it's like, he's just, or like a Luke Kennard, or, somebody that's like, okay, like, he's not super quick. He's not going to play. No, SGA is a guy that, I mean, this dude could go off, right? I mean, he's one of the premier guys in the league. And talk about athleticism, he's got that. And so to see Austin Reaves be able to hold his own, and it wasn't just him. I mean, it was a team defensive effort and stuff. The Lakers as a whole held SGA to just 5 of 13 from the field, which is huge. And they caused 4 turnovers, which was massive. And he was a -9 on the court. Lakers did a very good job against him. But Austin Reaves was a big part of that. And look, I'm the first person to praise Austin Reaves. I'm the first person to bring up the good in Austin Reaves. But at the same time, we have to be fair. We have to have an equal assessment. If Austin Reaves shows you consistently what an issue is, then that's an issue until you prove to me otherwise. We can't just be blind and pretend like Austin Reaves hasn't been really bad in stretches for even multiple games at a time, right? But he has these like clumps where it's like he'll have 2-3 games where he's great, and then he'll have like 2 or 3 games where he's bad. Like, he's been consistently inconsistent this year, and we can't afford. We need him desperately. D'Angelo Russell has been spectacular this season, right? Spectacular. But we need, like, who's going to be that 4th guy on a regular night, right? Like, even in a loss to Denver, Austin Reaves, he had his bad moments, but he also had some really good moments, especially in that fourth quarter. He's 7 of 12 from the field, again knocking down his 3 ball, 3 of 6 from 3, 19 points, 14 assists. Sorry, he's had his great moments, right? But then you see games like the Wizards where he's just rough and he's 0-2 from 3 and he just kind of looks a little stale out there and he's getting beat and just torched by, Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole and, all of their guards. Like, and it's just like, come on, man, I need you to hold your own. And it's just, and that's the thing. It's like, okay, he had 2 good games, but then he had 2 previous bad games, right? He had the clunker against the Wizards and then against the Clippers too. He has 13 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. You're like, oh, it's a good stat line, but he's 1 of 4 from 3, right? And even in the Oklahoma City game, he's got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. That's been a big issue for him all season also. Him not taking care of that. He led the team in turnovers with 5 turnovers, and the Lakers had 20 turnovers total. You're not winning a lot of games having 20 turnovers, right? So there's a lot of good with Austin Reaves, a lot. And when he's on, man. Like, he still has that Austin Reaves that we want, know, and need him to be. But there's been a lot of, and if not just as many, if not more, of equal games where he just hasn't been the guy we need him to be. And it raises the question of, can he be the guy we need him to be? No, I'm not asking him, and no one's really asking him to be a superstar. No one's asking him to be, a Kyrie Irving out there or something. But we need him to just, whatever his consistency point is, that's what we need. If it's 10-5-5, then we need 10-5-5 on a regular basis on good efficiency, right? It's okay to have a bad game. Everyone has a bad game. I don't want people to take this as like, well, guys, like, you're over. Like, no, it's not that. I'm fine for the occasional bad game. But it's one thing to have, 1 or 2 bad games out of every, 8 to 10. And it's another thing to have 1 or 2 bad games out of every 5. Right? It's like, okay, well, you had 2 good games, 2 bad games, and it's like that 5th game, it's like, which Reaves are we going to get? Are we going to get a good Reaves or are we going to get a bad Reaves? Right? Like, those are the things. Those are the concerns. Those are the issues. But again, you got to praise Austin Reaves for his performance yesterday. That was fantastic. I love what we saw from him. He deserves his flowers for that. And again, he shows you he has that in him. We need that. We need that dog. We need him. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with my points? You somewhere in between? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, please let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos. I truly appreciate it. Not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.